Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, welcome again to Simple and Smart English with Mazhar. MashaAllah, audience are joining. They are also greeting me and Walaikum Assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much for joining and hope so that you will keep listening me throughout the session. Inshallah, we will have very short session, but inshallah you will keep listening. That's all right. So thank you very much for joining, and I hope that inshallah you will watch this live session for your betterment, just for your understanding about spoken English. Basically, the thing which I am going to share you that why should we learn English. And for this, I have introduced, two different courses named as Spoken English and IELTS Life Skills. So if you keep, watching, if you keep, listening, all these two, skills, so hope so that the day will come when you will be able to speak English well. So this is all about which I am going to share you. There are some queries which students are mentioning. So hope so that they will just understand the situation inshallah with the time, with the passage of time. Basically, this session has been organized in order to give awareness to the students why is English important for them. Why should they learn English? Basically, as you know that English is an international language and it is spoken all over the world. So if I talk, generally, so whenever we talk, in English, so most of the time, what happens that people, get inspiration, people, get a lot of, knowledge, people, get awareness. The reason is only that if I talk, generally about English language, so it is an international language, right? And it is spoken almost all over the world. It is also, called global language. Whenever any person, moves from, this country to the foreign, so what happens? So they need to learn English. They need to, speak in English, right? So at the moment, there is some issue which is, mentioning by the, public. So just wait, inshallah, everything will be clear. So if you are listening to me clearly, you should mention in the comments box that I should be, able to speak well. So basically, as I have already mentioned that before, joining the, students, I was just, talking to the public. I was talking to the students that I have, introduced, two different, courses for the learners. Number one, spoken English. Number two, IELTS life skills. So why I have introduced these two courses? Just to give awareness to the public to learn English, to improve their communication skill as well. So first of all, before telling you about spoken English and IELTS life skills, I just want to add one thing that is very, very important for all of you. Why is English important? I have already mentioned 2 or 3 times that English is an international language and it is the language which is spoken throughout the world. So if you talk about different countries, if you talk about different foreign countries, like if you talk about England, America, Canada, Australia, and there are so many countries where you can move to improve your education, to improve your business, to learn many more things from these countries. But what is their basic requirement? Their basic requirement is that you must know how to communicate in English. As some students are saying salam as well. Walaikum Assalam to all of you. Thank you very much for paying greetings. And I was just telling you that if you open your Google, if you open YouTube, so what happens? The language which you see the first, that is basically English, right? Whatever soever you need to search, on Google or on YouTube or on different research engines, right? So first of all, you see English is there. So if you know how to communicate in English, either you are speaking, either you are writing, either you are reading, either you are listening, if you are having good command in English, so it will become very easy for you to make researches on different topics of the English. So most of the people they hesitate when they talk in English, when they speak in English. The reason is only that they don't show keen interest in learning. So it is one of the simplest languages as well, because if you talk about English, it is very easy to learn. It just demands your interest, it just demands your a little hard work. So if you put a little bit attention to learning English, so soon you will be able to communicate effectively. You will be very good speaker. And secondly, if I talk about business, right, it is also called business language as well. It is also called business language. Why is it called business language? There are so many people, and when they have the business online, and when they, if you talk about it is the age of digital marketing as well, right? Most of the people, what they do, they mostly do online earning. For this they need to explore different websites, and they also create YouTube channels as well. Apart from this, they make their websites and many more things they make. And there is one big earning website that is called Fiverr. So people go there, but when they need to deal with the international customers, so what happens that due to the lack of English knowledge, due to lack of communication, so they can't make their communication effective with the customers. So if you want to do business at international level or in multinational companies, so you must know how to communicate in English, right? Secondly, if I talk about it is also called internet language as well. As I have already mentioned, that if you talk about the Google, when you go on a research about any topic, so you make a research on different issues. So for that what happens that if you know how to communicate in English, you type accurate questions, you type correct questions, and as a result you get correct answer as well. So this is all about English. It is very important for you, particularly for the students. If you talk about your syllabus, if you talk about your syllabus, if you talk English as a compulsory subject, if you talk about science subjects like physics, chemistry, bio, whatever soever the subjects are, so they are composed, they are typed. The language which has been used in all these languages, that is basically English. So English is very important for all of you to learn, and hope so that you are getting me, you are understanding me. And most of the time students don't invest their money on education, particularly in these days or in this era. English is very important for you to survive, because most of the people, they want their future best, they want each and everything best for their life. So if they want to develop financially, if they want to develop their personality, so they must have good communication skill in English. If I talk generally about language, so most of the time what happens, people have a lot of knowledge, but when they are asked to communicate in English, they hesitate, they shy, they don't have confidence to express their words in English language. The reason is only that we know how to write, we know how to read, but in our society what happens that two skills are constantly ignored. Number one, listening. Number two, speaking. So in this the course which I have introduced, that is spoken English, in this course you get a lot of opportunity to come on the stage to express your feelings in English in front of the public. So hope so that all the students, all the people who are watching at the moment, they would understand the real importance of English language, and they would come to learn English on SSE with Mazhar. This channel has been just made for the students betterment. Most of the time what happens, students learn English, but they learn as a subject, they don't learn as a language. So if they just get the trick or tip to express their feelings in spoken English, or on the other hand, if they learn how to listen, British people, most of the time people say that whenever the British people communicate, they eat the words, they use the slang words, they speak very fast English, we can't understand. I just tell you, there are some rules which they apply, and as a result, they speak very fast English. They speak fluently. We don't understand them, and there are so many greetings as well. I just also replied to them as well. Walaikum Assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am really thankful to all of you who are watching me and who have joined my channel for watching my live session. And there are some questions from the students that how there is one student named as I don't know exactly the name. I think that is Marjam Awan. I am thankful to you, as you have mentioned that I have done course on SSE with Mazhar. It was like this, like that, right? Okay, thank you very much. And you have to also give your feedback to the audience as well who are watching me live. If you have really learned or improved while taking classes on SSE with Mazhar, so definitely you have to give your feedback as well. And there is one more question that students have raised, that is basically how can we learn tenses. It's not tough job to learn tenses. It's not tough job to master in tenses. It's very easy. The thing which you just need to understand, you must have some power, you must have some confidence to speak in front of the people. And most of the time students hesitate. Why they hesitate in speaking English? They hesitate because they just feel that other people laugh, and there would be a laughter in the class when they speak broken English, like this, like that. Basically English doesn't mean you must speak accurate. It just needs to convey your message. So once you start conveying your message, once you learn how to convey your message, and automatically the day will come when you will be able to speak English effectively. So hope so that you all are getting. And now there is one more question from the students that sir, what is the things which you teach during spoken English courses and IELTS life skills as well. I just mentioned here because time is very short, as I already talked to the students that it would be a very short session. So if I talk about the things which I cover during the my online Zoom sessions, and the way the students want to learn, I handle in both ways. Physical classes I also take, and on the other hand I also take online classes as well. So again there are some questions which I need to just answer. Inshallah, I am trying my level best to handle all the situations, and I am again thankful to all the people who have joined us, and there are some my colleagues as well, and I'm really thankful to all of you that you have also joined and also watching my live session. And one thing you must understand, the students who have questioned me that what do you teach in spoken English courses. I just first of all explain that in spoken English course there are 3 segments. Number 1, grammar, and most of the time students come here to improve their basics, and I start from the grammar, and I teach grammar as a language. Whatever is taught to the students and asked to come and express in English language, and with the help whatever the way I use, I guide the students, and I also support the students, I also encourage the students, and due to this they mashallah learn it. And if I talk about the second segment, that is vocabulary. Most of the times what happens that students say that we know the tenses, but we don't have vocabulary. So due to this what happens that they don't get they don't understand how to make complete sentence. Sometimes they need to, they know what to speak, but they don't have vocabulary. They don't have that particular word which need to be used in that particular context. So if they keep on practicing it with mazhar, so hope so that they will learn it a lot. And secondly, the third segment is basically, that is the main, that is the key segment of this live session, that is basically presentation. I have divided presentation in two three different ways. I also ask the students for the presentations. They come and face the questions. Sometimes they face the questions at the end of their presentations. Sometimes they face their question, they face cross questionings. And if I talk about the second thing, I also manage dialogues of the students. Sometimes they make dialogue with the teacher, and sometimes they make their dialogue with students as well on different topics. Basically, the main purpose of spoken English is to improve your communication skill, to improve your English, to speak in front of the people. If you are able to speak in front of the people, then there is no issue for you to communicate with the foreigners. And secondly, the thing which I also added in my batch 6, that is basically presentation. Presentation in a sense that in the form of interviews, most of the time students ask that we have completed our education and we are applying for the job, and whenever we have to introduce ourselves, we don't know how to start or from where to start. But I just guide you here. For the there are three types of interviews which you have to face. One is at local level, and other is at national level, and third is at international level. And all these three categories I cover during my courses, and I also guide the students how to appear in interviews and how to answer the questions. If question is very tricky or very difficult for you to handle, I guide the students to tackle with that question as well. And hope so all the audience who are live and who are listening to me, hope so that they understand the things and they also follow me, and soon they are coming to join SSC with Mazhar. Hope if you just put a little effort, inshallah, I'll work hard, I'll appreciate you, I'll encourage you to come to join SSC with Mazhar on Zoom and physical classes. It's totally up to you. Just join and learn English. Further, I just want to add something more. That is basically there is one more ID that is named as there are some more students, and they are also questioning and named as Nawaz Sharif, like this, like that. I know that who is this person, but let him do so whatever he wishes to do, because it is open option. Whatever you want to ask, don't hesitate. This is what which I appreciate, because when students start hesitating, when students start shying, so they will never ever say anything, either in Urdu language as well. In English, it is always difficult for them to say anything in English. But I appreciate the people and who love to learn, and I encourage them and I also guide them. And after the completion of spoken English course, students mashallah speak very good English, because they just follow the directions which I gave them, and as a result they inshallah they also perform. And there are some more questions, I would just answer them inshallah soon. And yes, there is one more question, that is, what is IELTS life skills? Basically, IELTS life skills contains two skills, listening and speaking. And this course has been designed for the people who are going to apply for settlement visa. It is basically the course which is done by the couple. Like if the students who want to settle in England, and they need to do IELTS life skills level A1. It is also called IELTS life skills for spouse visa. Now you have understood what I have talked to you, that IELTS life skill is very important. only for those students who want to apply foreign for settlement visa, because most of the time, what happens that students, qualification is very low. They are, under metric, and they need to go to, abroad, particularly England, and they need to learn English. So definitely they should, join Simple and Smart English with Mazhar. Come on Zoom or come for physical classes. Inshallah, you will learn and you will easily pass British Council test, right? There is no difficulty for you, because I always teach the students according to their level, whatever soever their level is. They must not think that either they would be able to pass their test or not. Just join and learn and pass your test and go England, right? And hope so. You will inshallah learn it, and soon you will be inshallah able to join Simple and Smart English with Mazhar. And there are some questions for the students, and they just ask that, sir, can you speak in Urdu like this, like that? Basically, my national language is Urdu. I love, speaking Urdu. But why I am speaking English here? Just to tell you that why is English important for you. And if you want to learn, then don't, hesitate. Feel free to contact me and join Simple and Smart English with Mazhar. And now I would like to, talk in national language because of, some requests of the students. हाँ, जैसा कि आप सुन रहे थे मज़र को, और मज़र ने अपना तारफ़ आपको पहले करा दिया है कि आई हैव बीन टीचिंग इंग्लिश फॉर 12 to 13 years regularly, alhamdulillah. And my focus was, only to speak in English and to teach how to speak in English, right? And hope so the students, who join me and they learn, and as a result, inshallah, they give, positive feedback always. This is, very, good thing for me, and it also, encourages me as well. तो अभी मैं आपको बता रहा था कि स्पोकन इंग्लिश का कोर्स बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. अगर आप इसको देखें तो ये आपकी समझें कि आपकी एक की है, आपकी एक प्रॉपर्टी है. यानी कि अगर आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल अच्छी है, अगर आप अच्छा कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं, तो यकीन जाने कि आप को प्रेफरेंस ही आपको दी जाएगी. उसकी बेसिकली वजह ये होती है कि 7 कैंडिडेट्स हैं, 10 कैंडिडेट्स हैं, या 200 कैंडिडेट हो, 200 कैंडिडेट्स हों, उसके बावजूद अगर आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल अच्छी है, अच्छा कम्युनिकेट करते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली जो आपको जॉब देने वाले हैं, जो आपको हायर करने वाले हैं, तो वो हमेशा उसी की सिलेक्शन करेंगे, उसी को हायर करेंगे जिनकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल अच्छी होती है. अब कम्युनिकेशन स्किल का अच्छा होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. जब आप अच्छा कम्युनिकेट करेंगे, आपका मैसेज अच्छे तरीके से कन्वे होगा. जब आपका मैसेज अच्छे तरीके से कन्वे होगा, तो जो भी ऑडियंस होगी वो आपसे सेटिस्फाइड होगी, वो आपसे मुतमिन होगी. जब ऑडियंस आपसे सेटिस्फाइड है, ऑडियंस आपसे मुतमिन है, आपका क्लाइंट, आपका कस्टमर आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल से मुतमिन है, सेटिस्फाइड है, तो क्यों ऐसा नहीं होगा? वो क्यों आपको फिर हायर नहीं करेंगे? वो डेफिनेटली आपको हायर करेंगे. वो क्यों हायर करेंगे? वो इसलिए आपको हायर करेंगे कि आप अच्छा कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं, आप अच्छा मैसेज कन्वे कर सकते हैं. तो अच्छा मैसेज कन्वे करने के लिए अगर आप स्पोकन इंग्लिश का कोर्स पूरी दिलचस्पी के साथ कर लेते हैं, इंटरेस्ट के साथ कर लेते हैं, तो आप लाजमी ज्वाइन करें. आप मेरे उन स्टूडेंट से पूछें, बैच 1, बैच 2, बैच 3, बैच 4 और बैच 5. और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जो बैच 5 मेरा गुजरा है, इन बैच 5 ने बहुत ही आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपीरियंस दिया है और बहुत स्टूडेंट्स ने इम्प्रूव भी किया है. और होप सो पहले बैच के स्टूडेंट्स ने भी बहुत इम्प्रूव किया था. और इसी तरह कुछ बैचेस में जाहिर बात है इंटरनेशनल क्लैशेस की वजह से स्टूडेंट्स को कुछ सामना करना पड़ा इस तरह के इधर उधर के हालात का. लेकिन आपको फैक्ट बताऊं कि स्टूडेंट्स बहुत इम्प्रूव करते हैं, लेकिन उनको एहसास बेसिकली उस वक्त होता है जब वो किसी इंटरव्यू में अपेयर होते हैं, जब वो किसी जगह जाके कम्युनिकेट करना पड़ जाए इंग्लिश में, जब किसी फॉरेन कंट्रीज़ में जाते हैं एज अ विजिटर, तो जब वो देखते हैं कि फॉरेनर्स तो सारे इंग्लिश में बात कर रहे हैं, तो अगर वो जब उनको इंग्लिश थोड़ी बहुत जो उन्हें आती होती है, जब बोलते हैं तो कॉल करते हैं, मुख्तलिफ़ कंट्रीज़ से कॉल आती है कि सर आज हमने उस वक्त 2-4 लफ्ज़ सीखे थे, आज हमारे वो काम आ रहे हैं। तो फिर वो ऑनलाइन सेशन मेरे यानी कि मुख्तलिफ़ कंट्रीज़ से भी स्टूडेंट्स लेते हैं, जब यूएई से लेते हैं, अमेरिका से हैं स्टूडेंट्स कुछ, यानी कि ये स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिन्होंने मेरे लाइव ज़ूम पे सेशंस लिए हैं और मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल को बाकायदगी से वो देखते हैं, क्योंकि हमारी जो नेशनल लैंग्वेज है, हमारी जो नेशनल लैंग्वेज है ये बेसिकली उर्दू है। और मेरे लेक्चर्स में आप देखेंगे इंग्लिश और उर्दू दोनों के हिसाब से मैं लेके चलता हूँ, ताकि जो हमारी कम्युनिटी है इसको ज़ाहिर बात है, जो हम इंग्लिश पढ़ाते हैं लेकिन उर्दू लैंग्वेज में पढ़ाते हैं, तो जब आपका कॉन्सेप्ट उर्दू में क्लियर होगा कि हमें इसको अंडरस्टैंड कैसे करना है, तो फिर जब इंग्लिश के ऊपर लेक्चर दिया जाता है तो वो स्टूडेंट्स के बिल्कुल जहन में पड़ जाता है, फिर उसकी प्रैक्टिस करवाई जाती है और स्टूडेंट्स माशाल्लाह अच्छे तरीके से सीख जाते हैं। और अभी ये सेशन मेरा काफ़ी लंबा हो गया है, मैं सबका शुक्रिया अदा करके आपसे इजाज़त चाहूँगा। माशाल्लाह ये काफ़ी सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं और काफ़ी सारे फ़नी क्वेश्चंस भी पूछ रहे हैं। आई रियली लव ऑल ऑफ़ यू, आई रियली अप्रिशिएट यू। आप जस्ट क्या करें, सिंपल एंड स्मार्ट इंग्लिश को ज्वाइन करें और अपनी इंग्लिश बेहतर करें। और मैं अपने इस सेशन को आपकी दुआओं के साथ मतलब जो है मैं ख़त्म करूँगा। होप सो कि आप दुआएं करते रहेंगे और इंशाल्लाह इसके साथ साथ आप इंग्लिश सीखते रहेंगे। थैंक यू वेरी मच। इंशाल्लाह बाकी ये वीडियो मेरी यूट्यूब पे मौजूद होगी। जो ऑडियंस मेरे इस ख्वाहिश का इजहार कर रहे थे कि टाइम चेंज किया जाए, माजरत के साथ टाइम ऑलरेडी तय था, मैं टाइम चेंज नहीं कर सकता था। और इंशाल्लाह जो मेरा नेक्स्ट लाइव सेशन होगा उसमें टाइम ऑडियंस की जो ख्वाहिश के मुताबिक होगा। तो अब मैं आपसे इजाज़त चाहूँगा और होप सो कि बैच 6 मेरा चल रहा है स्पोकन इंग्लिश का और IELTS लाइफ स्किल्स का। तो सबसे पहले आप ही ज्वाइन करेंगे, आप ही इंग्लिश सीखेंगे और जब आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल अच्छी हो जाएगी तो याद रखेंगे। इसी के साथ मज़र चाहता है आपसे इजाज़त। अल्लाह हाफिज़। थैंक यू वेरी मच।